Hello out there, everybody. My name is Doug Edgell, and this is fingersonthefrets.com. And today we're going to talk about note recognition. So what I've done is I've created some free handouts for you. Just follow the links below. The first one, it's the fret notes diagram. Okay. So we're going to talk today about how to memorize the notes on the fretboard. The way I like to approach this is to think of the fretboard as the white keys on a piano, which are all the natural notes on the piano. We don't have the luxury of black and white on the guitar, so we just have to flat out memorize them. So what I've done, I've created this chart for you, and what I'd like you to do is go linearly down one string at a time, and we're going to go E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, okay, and then backwards. And I want you to notice where the natural whole steps and half steps are between E and F and B and C, and that goes throughout the whole matrix or the whole chart there. So for instance, this is how I would recommend practicing and memorizing your notes. You would start on the low E string and you would say E, and then F, G. It doesn't matter if you just use one finger, it doesn't really matter. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. And then you go backwards, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. Realizing that between E and F and B and C, those are the half steps, and you can go beyond the octave, but I'm not going to right now. Next string is the same concept. So B and C and E and F are the half steps. Everything else is a whole step. So A to B, and then B, C, half step. Has to be a whole step. That's D. Has to be a whole step. E, half step to F, then G, then A, and then A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. And you would do that through every string. To make it more meaningful, you put a metronome on. So if you've got, some sort of a click in the background, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then speed it up, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. You could also do variations. So the first thing we're going to go through all that. You can do that on your own. But the next thing is to go through each position of the guitar. So that would be a linear string study, okay? I really recommend doing that at least once a day through each string up and back, maybe even more, until you get it to where you can just really going back is where people have trouble. I mean, most people can say their alphabet going forward, but when you start thinking, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, it starts to become a little bit more interesting. You have to know what the note is rather than just going through the alphabet. So really try to go backwards from the 12th fret all the way down and use this chart as your guide, Okay, the next thing you could do with this chart is to pick where all the natural notes occur straight across the string without any interruptions, like the 5th fret right here, or the 10th fret or the 12th fret. All the other ones have interruptions. You can see it's not straight across. That's another really fun way to do it. And if you would just say A, D, G, C, E, A, okay? An easy way to remember that way, if you wanted to do the 5th fret, for instance, which is a really popular place to play, is it moves in fourths. So A to D is a fourth, D to G is a fourth, G to C, and then we have a third because the B string is tuned differently, and there to the E, and then the fourth again from E to A. So even if you did the fourths on the first A to D, D to E, G to C, it's really helpful. So then you could say at the 10th fret, for instance, D to G, G to C, C to F, D, E, F, G, G, A, B, C, C, D, E, F. And then you have to remember it's a third, F to an A, and then it's back to a fourth interval again, A, B, C, D. There's a D. So you can do that at the 5th fret, 10th fret, 12th fret, and it goes straight across. Otherwise, you're going to get into the sharps and the flats, and we're not going to do that just yet. Okay, so let's assume you've gone up and back, and you've used a metronome, and you're saying them out loud. The next thing I would recommend doing, and to learn your note recognition, is to know your cage chord shapes. And there's videos about this on my website, on my YouTube page. I'm going to do more of these for my Patreon subscribers as well. But if you're in the key of C, the chord would be C, okay, and that's the C chord, C form. And the only reason it's called the C form is because we have the nut here helping us out, okay? But in reality, if you moved that around to different keys, you would have to put your first finger here and then put these down, you know, but we don't have to do that because we have the nice nut right there. So there you go. And then you would learn the scale based off of that chord. So here you go, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. It's the same thing as going C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's a linear string study, but now you're going to do it in each position. Then you go backwards, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. And what I did for you now is another printout fretboard recognition practice. So you can follow along with these. So then you would go to the next form. So when I say the caged form, what does that mean? Well, if I think of the letters C, A, G, E, D, those are 5 chord shapes in the first position. We have C, A, G, E, and D, okay? Based on those chord shapes, whatever chord that you start on, whatever key you're in, whatever note you start on, if you follow that down the neck in sequence of those letter names every time, no matter which one you start on. If you start on C, you just spell the word caged, right? But if it starts on an A form chord, you would say A form, G form, E form, D form. So they always go in that sequence. So if I'm in the key of C, it's the easiest one because it starts on C, and you can spell the letter names of cage, C-A-G-E-D, with the forms. So what does that mean? Well, this is a C chord, but it's also a C form. Now this is a C chord, but this is what's called the A form. Now, if I went down here and I played an A chord, most people just go like this or like this, right? But in reality, the nut is acting as your first finger. So you have to put that there and put this here, and now you've got yourself an A chord. Well, if I wanted to put that A shape now, the only reason it's called an A chord is because I'm using the A shape, because the nut's helping me. But if I wanted to use the A shape and put it into a C form, a C chord, A shape, it looks like this. Keep pulling my pick. So here we go. Now we've got a C chord, but an A shape, you know, because it looks like an A chord like this, okay? Now, the next one would be G, so C-A-G, here's a G chord. Well, it's only called a G chord because it's a G shape. So if I take the G shape and I put that at the C position, now I've got a C chord using a G shape. It's really hard to grab that one for most people, so we simplify it and we go like this. And then E is this chord. The only reason it's called E is because that's the E form. Now if I take it up here, it's a C chord, but I'm using the E form. That looks like the E form right down there, you know. So there it is. And then D is right there. There's a D shape and form. But if I take the form of D and I put it in the C position, it's right up here. Now, a lot of times you can come back and grab the root note there, but most of the time we'll just grab the triad like that. Okay, then you're back to the C again, which is this guy. I can't get my pinky there, but if you could, you'd put it there, which is the same thing, an octave higher as our first, like this. You would, or, okay, now with each one of those chords, there's a scale. So you would just say the notes out, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And then you go to the next one. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And now the G form. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And then the E form. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. You don't want to go that fast, but I'm just trying to get through the point here, okay? Now the D, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. And then finally, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay. So I would go use a metronome, go slowly through each one of those. You strike the shape and C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Strike the next shape. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Strike the next shape. Okay. Once you get through all that, and that's all on here, so you can see the shape, and then you can see what to do for each of those 5 forms. Once you get through that, you want to try some variations. So I like to do intervals of a third. So I play the first note, then the third note, then I play the second note of the scale, and then the third note above that one. So it sort of sounds like this. And And if you say those out loud, now you have to start thinking, instead of just saying your alphabet, you go C, E, D, F, E, G, F, A, G, B, A, C, B, D, C. And you can go backwards. Let's take this one. C, A, B, G, A, F, G, E, F, D, E, C, D, B, C. Okay? You can also ascend with a 4-note pattern or descend with the 4-note pattern. So for instance, C, D, E, F, D, E, F, G, E, F, G, A, F, G, A, B, so forth. Or you can descend with the 4-note pattern, so it would be C, B, A, G, B, A, G, F, A, F, A, G, F, E, G, F, E, D, and so forth. So these, you have to think a little bit more, obviously, because you're descending in a 4-note pattern. If you do these variations and you stay in the key of C, pretty soon you're going to know all your natural notes. So as if you walked up to a piano, you have all the white keys. Well, that's easy. It's just all the natural notes, right? Well, now you can see them on the guitar. So if I just went like that, you would say, that's a C, that's an E. There you go, that's an A. You just see it. Then we can start working on the other keys and memorizing where all the sharps and the flats are and where they occur. But it's so much easier to have this as a baseline. So to recap, you'll start with the first chart. You're going to go linearly up and down. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, G, F. Okay, every one. Then you can go cross like this and try to memorize the notes at the 5th, 10th, and 12th frets. You can do any other one too, but you're going to get some sharps and flats in there, so I like to wait on that. Then you want to think of your cage chord idea. And with each one of those shapes, there's a corresponding scale, and all the notes fit into that key, so you would practice. And so forth, but you'd say them out loud or sing them, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. You could sing them if you really wanted to, okay? All right, so that's the first step. I'm going to give more videos in terms of theory and guitar fretboard theory as we move along. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.